Okay, serious question for all of my girlies out there. So, I broke up with my ex in November of last year. And I was so excited to go on dates. I was like, I cannot wait to find my person. I'm so excited. I start going on dates, and no one told me this shit was hot garbage. No one told me that the apps are the Hunger Games. No one told me that I wasn't gonna feel anything. And then when I finally find a guy that I actually connect with, he doesn't like me back. So at this point, I'm starting to wonder, did I up by breaking up with my ex? I mean, he was great. We just broke up because I wasn't sure I wanted to get married to him. But the shit out here is way worse. Like, way, way worse. I'd rather be in an unhappy marriage at this point. I'm just kidding, that's dramatic.
There is something that is deeply satisfying about seeing these women break up their relationships, break up their marriages, ditch their boyfriends to try and trade up, only to find out that the grass isn't greener on the other side. You see, a lot of these women, guys, they're coming to the realization that, oh crap, if I break up with my boyfriend, if I break up with my husband, I want to be damn sure about what I'm doing because hell, I might not be able to get married in the future. And you think that girls are out here not doing this, guys? I mean, this is straight from this woman's mouth, okay? She had a marriage lined up with a good guy, but what does she decide to do? She decides to break up with him in the attempt of getting something better, only to realize that men are not interested in dating her. Absolute comedy. For what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we are going to be kicking it off by breaking down a clip from this woman right here, guys. So as we jump into it, as always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. And don't forget to come and join us over on Locals, guys. The link is in the description. A lot of us content creators, we don't really know what the hell we're allowed to say on YouTube, guys. A lot of us are branching off to different things just in case, we get removed or whatever. So, make sure that you come and join the link in the description. It's totally free to join, guys. And if you're interested in becoming a supporter, there is an option there for that as well. But let's jump right into this clip. Remember to leave your comments.
Serious question for all of my girlies out there. So I broke up with my ex in November of last year. And I was so excited to go on dates. I was like, I cannot wait to find my person. I'm so excited.
You had your person. Right? You hear this all the time, man, where individuals like this, they'll say like, oh, I can't wait to meet my Prince Charming, right? I can't wait to go out there and, finally find my soulmate. The thing that soulmates are not a thing, guys. They really aren't. These girls, what's essentially happened is they have already passed their soulmates, their Prince Charmings multiple times. And it's laughable to me, guys. It really is laughable that these girls are looking for Prince Charming, right? The dudes that they typically end up with, okay, these dudes are far from charming, right? Oftentimes, they have dark triad traits, I guess you would call it. They're complete a-holes, and we're supposed to buy into this narrative that women are out here looking for their Prince Charming. Okay, yeah, they're looking for their ideal dude, but first of all, wouldn't always call them a prince, okay? Girls will say they hate cheaters, but, where do they end up always crawling back to? But no, madam, you passed your Prince Charming multiple times already.
I start going on dates, and no one told me this shit was hot garbage. No one told me that the apps are the Hunger Games. No one told me that I wasn't gonna feel anything. And then when I finally...
I mean, I could have told you that, right? Like, if you want to, here's the thing. If you want to go from dude to dude, then you want to date and date and date and treat it like a marathon, as many of these girls do, right? Notice how the attitude towards dating, by the way, guys, is like a process. Like, these girls treat it like a process. It's not a process. You find your individual, you leave, okay? This is not something where you come back to go from guy to guy to guy. But the reason why I can tell you that, you're not going to feel anything is because this is what happens when you continually go out there looking for the newer, bigger, and better thing. You lose that dopamine hit. You're always going to be chasing the dude who gives you butterflies and makes things exciting. Okay, but you've been through so many dudes that it doesn't actually matter, right? You're not going to feel new and exciting experiences because you've had them all, right?
Only find a guy that I actually connect with, he doesn't like me back. So at this point, I'm starting to wonder, did I up by breaking up with my ex?
Yeah, you did. And let's while we're at it, by the way, let's just substitute this word out because you hear this thrown around a lot, okay? Oh, the one guy that I connected with. It's not about connection. Right, I am so sick of hearing these terms, like these whimsical terms, guys. Like it's all about love, it's all about connection. Really, if it was about love and connection, these are things that you could have had many, many, many times over. Because it's not about love, it's not about connection, guys. It's typically about how attractive is the guy, how attracted is she to the man. Now, often there's also considerations of how much money does the dude have, but if you're talking about dating apps and crap like that, guys, the most important factor is how attractive is the guy. Let's cut the crap, okay? Let's not bring up this whole connection garbage because it isn't about connection, right? This is just language that girls use to disguise the real reason that they end up with particular men.
I mean, he was great. We just broke up because I wasn't sure I wanted to get married to him.
Look at that, right? Marriage lined up, ready to go. The dude had, at least we can assumedly brought up the idea of marriage with this woman. And now because she doesn't want to get married to him, what does she do? She breaks up with him to go and restart and try and find another guy, right? To find somebody else. So when girls come along and they complain like, oh, dudes don't want to get married, dudes don't want to have a relationship, men don't want to commit to me, okay, maybe you shouldn't throw the dude out every single time that you think that there's slightly, something slightly wrong with him. And she even said right there that the dude was fine. Like, he's completely fine. If you want to spend your time chasing the very top percentage of men, you are going to spend all of your time doing that. And you can do that while you're single, while you're alone, with no titles and no strings attached to those quote-unquote relationships, because you don't have a relationship anymore, right? Girls don't... You see, this is the weird thing, right, about this modern dating bullcrap, is that these individuals, they don't actually want to sacrifice anything. A lot of them want to be wives, but they don't want to be they want to get married, right? But they don't want to be wives. Okay? They want to be in a relationship, but they don't want to be a girlfriend. Okay? And they wonder why they're single and alone, and they regret their decisions when they break up with dudes. It's like, no sympathy.
But the shit out here is way worse. Like, way, way worse. I'd rather be in an unhappy marriage at this point. I'm just kidding, that's dramatic.
Yeah, right. And this is coming from a woman, right? She I'm sure many of you guys would say she doesn't look altogether bad. It's not as if she looks terrible. And she's sitting here complaining to us about dating and how much it sucks. It's amazing to me, guys. It truly is. Girls who complain about dating have absolutely no idea of men's experience of dating. It's not even close. Like, and this is why I cannot raise any empathy, guys. Like, try as I might, okay? I think that your empathy should be reserved for people who deserve it, not for people. This is the equivalent, right, of like a millionaire complaining about the fact that like they can't afford rent or some crap like that. It's like, bro, you're a millionaire. Now, I don't care if you can't live in the $10 million house. The fact, you might have a couple million. The fact remains that you have millions of dollars. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you have tons of options. It's not my problem if you don't want to get with a dude who actually wants to be with you. Right? And that's the real kicker, guys. Like, I don't care if these women are quote unquote looking for quality and that's their strategy in dating. Okay? At the end of the day, they're going to wind up alone. And will I feel sorry for them? Hell no. But guys, let's continue on to some more clips momentarily. And as we go through these, as always, guys, remember to leave your comments, share your experiences, because I'm sure that many men have gone through similar, one of the things I was talking about, right? I was talking to my editor the other day, and we were talking about this kind of content and, the understandings that come along with it, okay? And one of the things he brought up to me was like, man, I'm not to put him on the spot here, but, back when he came across this content, he didn't realize how many dudes have the exact same issues, right? This is not just like the thing about these situations, guys, is it's not just one guy getting broken up with and then the girlfriend treating him like trash. It's like, no, 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 no. There are a lot of men going through this crap, right? It's ridiculous. But let's continue.
Can someone tell me why 40-year-olds are acting like they're 20? Like, I'm in the dating game. I'm 33, so I try to date a little bit older because I'm like, they'll be more of like the same mindset, you know, goals, aspirations.
No. You see, a lot of the dudes who get to be older age and they've, accumulated some resources, they put in that grind, they have some options, they're actually less likely to commit to you now, right? Like if you're in the dating if you're in the dating game as a 33-year-old woman, things are going to get pretty difficult for you. Okay. And now these are things that were totally avoidable had you got married, had you had that long-term relationship, but it is what it is.
And like, it's not a thing. These guys are like literally going on like they're 20. But I'm so confused because I'm like, you're literally like almost dead. Your pension is almost like started. Your hairline is almost non-existent. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I'm confused. And I'm annoyed.
You know what's funny? This woman makes a joke about, men's income. The funny part about that is, okay, you want to date a lot of dudes in their 40s. A lot of dudes who have options in their 40s, they're not living on pensions, right? It's weird to me how these girls will just assume that because a man doesn't want to commit to her, that he's broke or that he's intimidated. A lot of these guys who don't want to commit to you aren't broke. Right? Hell, a lot of them, they don't want to risk half their assets that they've spent their lives accumulating just to, date you. Because that's essentially what you're doing, guys. If you don't know about common law marriage, yeah, that's a whole nother, case of worms. But let's jump into the next clip here.
So I've been dating this guy for a couple of months. We met on a dating app, and here we are, month 3, and I'm like, DTR, what are we doing? Because I don't really want to date aimlessly. Like, I want to figure out where we're both headed. Like, in the beginning, we were on the same page, so I'm doing, a vibe check. Are we still on the same page? And he proceeds to tell me, well, honestly, you're really cool. You have all the qualities that I'm looking for in a woman. You're beautiful. You're smart. You have a good heart, good career. You have your shit together. But the only thing I would change is that there's 2 asterisks about you.
Holy, what on... I was going to let her play that all the way through. What are these nails, man? What?
Have your shit together. But the only thing I would change is that there's 2 asterisks.
What is this, man? I don't bring this up to like roast the woman. I've made this point a couple times on recent episodes, guys, but there is just something that speaks to a red flag, okay, when you have nails that are this long. Because you can't do anything. You see what I'm saying, guys? If you have nails like this, how are you supposed to function? Like, how do you fill up your car? Whatever.
About you. You don't have any tattoos and you don't have a flat stomach. Now, mind you, in my profile, I say if thick girls are not your preference, swipe left. Not trying to catfish anyone. But you still swiped right. We've been on dates. We've been on multiple dates. Not multiple dates. Sorry, cut off on me. But multiple dates. And so if you knew then that I wasn't what you were looking for, why not say that then? Like, you had ample opportunity.
Sucks for you. Maybe instead of just, I don't know, dating, quote unquote, dating men for multiple months at a time without having any sort of, label attached to it, maybe you should look for the commitment up front. Better yet, maybe you should look for the commitment up front earlier in your life. Right? There's this whole idea that all of this stuff has been shamed nowadays, guys. Traditional, notice, isn't this super weird? Okay, get this, right? Traditional relationships, i.e. ones that, bedroom fun would come after marriage, okay? You would have to commit to a woman and then it would be followed up with, fun and stuff like that. Excuse me. Do you guys notice how with the collapse of traditional relationships, everybody's unhappiness in dating has risen, right? And like, we're supposed to treat this as if it's two separate things, because all of these relationships of the past, guys, they just suck, and they're part of the, the Christian patriarchal structure that everybody hates nowadays. But notice how when these structures are gone, everybody loses it, right? Women are complaining because men aren't committing anymore. Men aren't happy because girls aren't wife material anymore, and you have to risk absolutely everything to even consider dating them. Okay, notice how when we remove all of these quote unquote oppressive, disgusting men, Christian based structures, nobody is happy. Super weird how that works, guys. I'm sure it couldn't be a coincidence, but maybe these individuals with talon like nails are going to tell us how to date properly, I suppose.
He's like, well, honestly, he's in the military. Red flag. I was going to stall until I moved to Florida. You were going to stall. Mind you, he doesn't get out until November. He was going to get out of the military in November and move to Florida. So it's February. You were going to stall that long? We've been talking since October of last year.
We've been talking. Man, don't you just love how that's what we call it nowadays, right? Like, oh, yeah, we're just talking, right? Nobody wants to commit anymore, right? And what are you going to do? Are you going to put forward the case that men should commit to you? Okay? Like, guys, we all know how much dating is a terrible idea. If anything, guys, it is a straight up embarrassment. Like, can you guys imagine going out here and wifing up a girl who can't even hold down she has been unable to hold down a man this entire time. I don't care how many dudes are in your inbox on Instagram. I don't care how many thousands of likes you get on a picture. I don't care how many of your girls tell you in the comments that you're pretty and you're beautiful and you're a stunning babe. My question to you is, where is your ring? Where is your husband? Or where is your very long-term relationship? Right? It's literally, it's not impressive that you have a lot of this attention. What's more impressive is, show me that 20 years of sacrifice that you earned that ring on your finger. But you'll never see that, guys. Girls they'll be very willing to complain about dating, but they themselves are like are just completely lost.
Okay, cool. You're too old to be playing these games. I'm 28, you're 30 years old. Like, you could have easily said, not interested, but you were.
No. He's not running out of time. I'm going to play that back so you guys can hear this, okay? She says that, you're running out of time to him. No. The man's not running out of time. You're running out of time to get married and to secure your partner. Notice that little, that little slip of the tongue, guys. Let's take a listen.
Last year. Okay, cool. You're too old to be playing these games. I'm 28, you're 30 years old. Like, you could have easily said, not interested, but you were interested.
And, you could have had a husband, you could have had a boyfriend, you could have had a long-term relationship years ago. And where's your excuse for that? Okay, notice how it's blame other people. And she's trying to push this idea that the man is running out of time. I'm sure that as this man continues to get older, his bank account will probably grow. His sanity will probably grow if he continues up this path of not choosing to commit. And he's just... See, girls will try and twist this, and they'll say that, like, the same timeline applies to men. Now, for example, are you going to be able to be in a typically physically more attractive while you're younger? Are you going to run into hairline issues when you're getting older? Yeah, okay. But when men and women are not necessarily attracted to the same things. A man who is 35 years old, let me tell you guys something this, okay? If you put a 23-year-old in the ring against a 35-year-old man, a bit of experience under the 35-year-old man, he will just absolutely ruin the 23-year-old guy, right? And if you're going out here with the idea that women are not attracted to power also, I don't know what to tell you.
Now, all of a sudden, when I'm like, apply pressure, put some real effort in, or I'm out, now it's, I don't get that effort because I'm too fat. I was flabbergasted at this conversation, y'all. Like, I couldn't even form words. Like, if you know me personally, I have always got to come back. And I was literally speechless. Like, I can't believe in 2022, it's still men with this closed-minded, superficial, shallow mindset.
This is coming from a woman who is currently wearing multiple inch thick eyelashes. And we're being the ones that are called superficial. This woman has, again, guys, like, I'm not using this to to attack her, how she physically looks. If she wants to say that men are superficial while being a product of superficiality herself, these things do not compute. If you want to say, you know, men are just superficial, and you're sitting here without any filters, with no makeup on, you know, none of these eyelashes, not 30-inch nails, okay, maybe we could have that talk, okay? But like, you don't even get to the second layer. Whatever.
That of the perfect body means you're worthy of respect and effort, and if you're not skinny, you're not. Who raised you? Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Like, that's crazy. He has a daughter. Mind you, he has a daughter. Your daughter's going to grow up in the same world and deal with the same kind of assholes that I am, and you decide to make yourself part of that group. You're going to be an asshole too?
He's an a-hole. Guys, catch the logic of this, okay? This guy is an a-hole because he won't commit to her, right? Because he wasn't direct with, you know, about commitment. Maybe you should get the commitment up front. Right? Like, but no. We got to blame the man. And then what do we do straight after blaming the man? We go to, oh, you weren't raised right. You're not a real, like, we attack the masculinity. You see what that's getting at? And notice how before she says, if you know me personally, you know that I always have a comeback. Right off the bat, you can just tell that these are the kind of attributes that, like, a man typically won't say this to you. But if you're a girl who has, you know, every time you've got to come back. Okay, dudes don't want to, men don't find this like whole incessant arguing and bickering and drama. These things are a headache to a lot of men. But these girls don't seem to understand this. You want to bring drama, you want to bring complications, you want to bring headaches, you want to bring your little comebacks. This is going to disqualify you from men who value their peace. And that's a growing number. So do what you will with that information, which I'm sure is going to be nothing. But hey. But guys, let's continue on to today's, actually, we're going to pull up a Reddit story before we jump into today's article, and I wanted to show you guys this. I came across this on Reddit, and I thought you guys would find it interesting. So let's take a look at this little article right here. This is from an individual called Impressive Falcon over here on Reddit in r/relationship advice, an absolute cesspit. We've had to kind of migrate away from the female dating subreddit because I think they closed it due to me making content about them, but it is what it is. So this individual says, I, a 26-year-old female, get a lot of attention and it makes my boyfriend uncomfortable. When I go out and I'm lit, right? I'll usually talk to anyone who comes up to me and engages in conversation, unless they're rude or overly forward. My boyfriend, who is a 26-year-old male, has expressed on multiple occasions that it makes him feel uncomfortable when I talk to other guys who are trying to flirt with me. I definitely understand where he's coming from and don't always realize at the time that these fellas are trying to get at me. I love this. This is amazing, okay? Because get this, guys. What's happening here is the woman wants to keep her doors open to potential new dudes coming into her life. So what better way to do this, right, than to claim plausible deniability? Oh, I don't know that these men are flirting with me. Oh, he's just a friend. Oh, I just have Instagram for business. Meanwhile, she's got a cupcake making business that makes her like $0. Okay. All this kind of crap to say, guys. You as a man, you can't say anything or else you're insecure. You know, you've got this toxic masculinity. You're a misogynist. You're disgusting. Okay. But let's just go out here and let your girlfriend flirt with random dudes. Interesting. I'm his first girlfriend, and he's not too sure what to do in these situations. They make him feel awkward, and he thinks it makes him look bad to others. Yeah, it's almost like when you, as a man's girlfriend, flirt with other random dudes in front of him, it's embarrassing. It's straight up embarrassing. Okay, guys, I want you guys to understand this, okay? These are not moments where you get angry at the girl, where you yell at the girl, where you have these deep and meaningful conversations about, you know, what she can do to adjust her behavior because you're hurt by her behavior. No, guys, if you're dating a girl and she does this, first of all, you shouldn't be dating her. Second of all, one time, you just say, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. If she, you know, if girls want to engage in this behavior, guys, they realistically should not be your girlfriends at all. You know, and this is why a lot of these girls, they'll turn around, they'll call men insecure, they'll call men controlling, they'll call men XYZ, and then they wonder why men are not interested in getting into relationships with them. It's like, what the hell is the point? If you want to go out here and you want to flirt with random dudes at the bar and call me insecure, if I say anything about it, there's no wonder why men aren't interested in committing to you. And this girl is 26 years of age, but, you know, as that count continues to go up, I'm sure she's going to run into many of the same difficulties that we cover here on the channel. Let's continue. He trusts me and understands me as a person and knows my personality and that I never intentionally hurt him this way, despite the fact that he's asked you to stop and it doesn't seem like you are. I'm pretty outgoing generally and want to make out a game plan for behaving when I go out because I really care for him and never want to make him feel left out or lesser than. I don't intentionally flirt with others, but maybe that's exactly what it looks like from the outside. Why can't we just have conversations without expectation of hooking up, guys? Notice how what she does, okay, is she removes, this is fantastic, right? Absolute fantastic case study, guys, okay? So first of all, she sits there and she says, where do we go from here? What do we do? Blah, blah, blah. We claim the plausible deniability card. That's the first thing that she does, okay? The second thing is she turns it on the men that are approaching her by then saying that, why do these men expect me to hook up? So 2 counts of removing accountability from herself right off the bat. Fantastic work. I don't intentionally flirt with others, blah, blah, blah. It's interesting because I've dated guys for long periods of time on either end of the spectrum. One was extremely jealous and thought I was flirting with his friends. Yeah, because obviously we as a guy, like, we would just misconstrue these things, you know? Like, I don't know, maybe if the dude says that you're flirting with his friends, maybe this is a matter of objective truth and you shouldn't be flirting with his friends. But I guess not. Maybe that's just his opinion and maybe he's just imagining things. Notice the gaslighting that all this crap, like all this gaslighting and crap is directed at men so often. It's absolutely disgusting. While another was extremely open, blah, blah, blah. My current boyfriend is more on the open side, but I want to assure that I don't make him feel this way. I want to assure that I don't make him feel this way. Trying to figure out a happy medium. Any ideas? Thanks, heart. Yeah, guys, because there's a happy medium with flirting with random dudes. Apparently, guys, you know, you just got to find that happy medium where the boyfriend is just comfortable enough to not ditch you while you keep your options open with other men. Absolutely fantastic advice. Now, guys, we are going to continue into the article that we were covering on yesterday's episode, guys. And I wanted to pull this one up for you guys again, okay? Because this crap is honestly laughable. Okay, here we have a magazine article written by a woman named Jennifer Lee with the tag on it, single AF. I wonder why that is. And the title is, Duty Dating is a Thing and You Need to Start Doing It ASAP. So obviously, guys, returning to the idea that women are encouraging other women to treat dating as though it's a marathon. Okay, you need to go from dude to dude to dude to have all of these experiences to learn how to date rather than just date, find the guy very quickly and dip out, right? But gone are those days, right, guys? Let's jump into point number 10, which is where we're up to, and see what this article has to say about duty dating. Alrighty, let's take a look. Number 10, it'll have a profound effect on your future love life. A huge reason you should be duty dating right now is because it gives you a sense of fulfillment in your life, especially your love life. Even if the dates are going nowhere, at least you're getting out there and giving it a shot. That way, when a really awesome guy asks you out, you can actually feel like you've got a bunch of other dates in the works and not put all of your attention on him. Yeah, because what better way to date, guys, than to just treat men as practice? You know, just to go on dates with guys so that you can train for that one guy that you're actually attracted to. Fantastic stuff. Point number 11, it's good for people who have avoidant personalities. Maybe you'd rather spend your evenings alone doing whatever you want than waste a night with a guy who you know isn't right for you. That's fair enough, but duty dating forces you to blast past those feelings of doubt and judgment and follow through with the date. It's just one date. You don't have to marry the guy. Just give him an hour or two of your time. You never know what might come of it. Yeah, fantastic advice, guys, as we wrap up that article. Now, guys, let's jump into a couple more Reddit stories, and then we will wrap up today's episode. As always, guys, feel free to leave your thoughts and your comments in the description box below. Now, here we have another laughable situation, so let's take a look. On, once again, relationship advice posted very recently, this is very new, we have a woman here who is asking, how long do you stay with someone who isn't ready to define your relationship. I, a 47-year-old female, have been dating someone, a 48-year-old male, since January. We've been out 9 times, meaning they feel like dates. Movies, dinner, shows, karaoke, etc. He is adamant about leaving things unlabeled, while agreeing that we're intimate only with each other and would be transparent if we wanted to see other people. We both admit that we like each other enough to stop seeing each other, as that would be painful. I have told him that I want to be with someone who is ready to love again, and he's acknowledged that this isn't fair to my needs. What should I do? Take it day by day and maybe wait a few months until he figures things out? Or should I try and break things off, which I've tried unsuccessfully a few times now? Guys, I've said this before many times, but there are lots of individuals out there who just find it very difficult to break off of situations, right? I find it, guys, I find it personally, I find it disgusting whenever you hear a dude who, refuses to leave a woman who's cheating on him, or the same for women, they won't leave dudes who cheat on them, or they're going into relationships failing to define anything and then wondering why they end up alone. Guys, like, it's really clear. Don't be putting all your effort, like, if you're a 47-year-old female, let's call it for what it is, you don't have time. You're straight up out of time. You're essentially out of time, okay? And, a lot of this would have been solved had you actually gone for the commitment first, rather than, see, girls will repeat this over and over and over again throughout their life, and if you try and tell them to do anything different, then you're a misogynist, but then they wind up alone. Amazing stuff. How do I chill out while waiting for him without dating other people? I don't want to be with anyone else right now, but whenever he's doing his own thing or with his friends, who I naturally haven't met yet, I feel lonely and restless. Like, this is really wrong to waste my time waiting. But yet, I really want to try and see where this goes, even if it hurts badly sometimes. I don't know if I'm just used to unfulfilling relationships and therefore I'm allowing this to happen. Ridiculous. I don't understand how you can get to this year of age and you're still out here just like chasing dudes for months at a time. It's like, at a certain point you're really just clowning yourself, and that's really what it is. But guys, let's continue on to today's last Reddit article, and then I think I'll be heading on to bed because I've got to be waking up early tomorrow morning. So let's take a listen to this Reddit article. Here we have an individual who I think actually writes a fairly decent Reddit post here, dare I say it. Now let's take a listen. They say, am I the only one who feels that casual dating is normalizing unfaithful cheating behaviors? Lately it feels as though dating and relationship subreddits are filled with dilemmas involving casual dating and friends with benefits situations. Pretty often the situation sours when one person finds that their partner is distancing themselves or dropping them for a quote-unquote better person. And when they go online to post, people always chastise them for catching feelings and saying that it's their problem for developing attachment in a casual situation. The thing is, it also feels like a lot of people these days don't want to invest in anything beyond casual dating, so it's the most commonly available option, even when people claim that they are looking for something more. It's also seemingly the safest opportunity because you can secure someone else's attention, time, bedroom fun, etc., and not have to worry about being considered a jerk if you decide to abruptly leave them. You knew it was casual from the start. As long as you call it casual or friends with benefits, you're allowed to walk away at any moment with your reputation still clean. If you had been in a committed relationship and suddenly dropped your partner because a better option came along, you would risk being called sleazy, unfaithful, and maybe even a cheater. Nobody wants to feel like they are a cheater or would betray someone close to them, but there are so many aspects of the casual dating culture that seems to enable and normalize this type of behavior by telling people that you want a get out of jail free ability to leave/cheat if you find better options. I don't know if this is a fair way to view these situations. I'm just a little appalled seeing so many people on Reddit accuse the hurt original posters of being at fault in these situations. Now guys, this is a bit of a contentious topic. As always, let us know what you think in the comments. Guys, I truthfully, I don't have a lot of sympathy for girls who, for example, like this last poster here, they're 47 years of age and they're still unaware or at least unwilling to define what a relationship is at the beginning. A lot of these individuals, I'm actually probably going to redact my last statement on agreeing with the previous Reddit post here, guys. These things are very easily solvable by having personal boundaries yourself at the beginning. Okay, if you don't want to date a dude casually for 6 months, maybe you should actually spend the time with dudes who are actually interested in you and willing to commit to you. But that's just my thoughts, guys. As always, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments. And as always, guys, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link is in the description. And make sure you take care of yourselves, guys. And I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. Before you head out, there's just a few announcements that I'd like to make. The first is that my editor, who goes through all of the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together these videos for us to endure, has started his own YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the video description below, so make sure that you go and show him some support by going and giving him a sub. Also, at the very bottom of the video descriptions, there is a link for those of you who are interested in becoming an editor. I'm not sure how long I'm going to leave these applications open for, but if you're interested in working with me behind the scenes, there will be a link at the very bottom of the video description. Lastly, guys, as always, don't forget to come and join us over on Locals. You guys might have noticed that a lot of YouTube content creators are kind of branching off to different platforms, and that's because we really don't know what we're allowed to say or do, and a lot of us don't really know how long we will be around for. So guys, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. It's totally free to join. There's a support option if you're interested. There's also exclusive content and stuff like that over there, but it's totally free if you're just wanting to go and join, guys. The link is in the description, so make sure that you come and join us. But as always, guys, make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.